Hello, everybody. It's Franklin Leonard, and it is the Monday before everyone in Hollywood goes on vacation, which means that for the 17th consecutive year, it is Blacklist Monday. And very excited today, we have Ashley Nicole Black and Gabrielle Dennis from Black Lady Sketch Show to help us announce the 2021 Blacklist. Congrats to all the writers who made the list. Thank you to everybody who voted. Let's not belabor it. Ashley and Gabrielle, please take it away.
Hi, I'm Ashley Nicole Black.
I'm Gabrielle Dennis, and welcome to the Blacklist.
Yeah, and it's extra black this year, baby. We here.
Hey, I mean, we haven't been involved for 17 years, but we're very, very much so excited and happy for the Blacklist. This is their 17th annual. And of course, Ashley is all about the most liked unproduced scripts in Hollywood because everyone doesn't see the creme de la creme, you know what I mean?
The movies on this list tend to do pretty well. So we're gonna change a career today. I'm very excited.
That makes me the most excited. I love seeing people live their dreams. I love seeing people just rise to the top and get a moment to shine. And that's what I love so much about the Blacklist. So you talked about the success of some previous ones. So I want to run down a few. So 4 Best Pictures: Slumdog Millionaire, The King's Speech, Argo, and Spotlight. And then there were 12 Best Screenwriting Oscars. Hello, Oscars. Mm-hmm. Harvard Business School even said that these scripts make a lot of money. It's true. A study found that they make 90% more money than scripts that weren't on the list.
And now that I heard that, we're both available for casting. So whoever gets their name read today, we're available.
We like some money. We like success. We like money. We like all things that fall into those categories. But it's very exciting. So I can't wait.
I can't wait. Let's get on to it. Our first segment, it's going to be movies about kids. Our first movie on the list is Hello Universe by Michael Galomko. When a bully's antics land a timid boy in the bottom of a well, his self-proclaimed psychic friend and unknowing crush team up to find him, based on the 2017 book by Erin Entrada Kelly.
First of all, bullies, We all had them growing up, right? But what I love is that there's a self-proclaimed psychic. I want to know, how deep does this go? And there's a crush, what's happening?
An unknowing crush. These characters are already so well described. I'm like, yes, unknowing crush. I'm in it now. Will they or won't they?
Yes. You're a psychic, yet you can't let somebody know that you are crushing on them. I really want to dive into this. And when I say dive, clearly we're diving into the bottom of a well.
Right into the well.
Let's got some layers.
These are all the things people like: a child in a well, a crush, a psychic. Yeah, all the elements are here.
The only thing is missing is the dog from the old black and white TV show coming. Last thing to come save the kid out the well. So this sounds pretty cool. So the next movie is Cruel Summer by Lisa Sero and Erica Maitland. During the summer of 1998, 5 camp counselors accidentally kill a stranger in the woods. Hi, I used to be a camp counselor, and I can neither confirm nor deny if I've ever murdered anyone in the woods. So
I'm already in because 5 people can't keep a secret. So I feel like I already know where this story is going.
Exactly. And both of us having been camp counselors before, I feel like I'm excited to see what storylines they're going to go to, because there's so many layers of things that you can talk about and explore being a camp counselor, the stuff with the kids, the things that happen behind the scenes, when we talk about the kids when they're going to sleep, who's giving us the most drama. Camp is just hysterical and also frightening in its own space. And then you throw in murder in the woods and you're just like, hey.
I'm there. My ticket's already purchased.
And 1998, which was a good year, guys. The 90s. Hello?
The music is going to be popping.
I'm excited for the soundtrack.
Speaking of the soundtrack, the next movie is Hot Girl Summer by Michelle Askew. After witnessing a drug deal gone wrong, 13-year-old and exceptionally awkward Beatrice accidentally finds herself in the middle of an underground drug ring and on the perfect route to having a proper hot girl summer.
Okay, first of all, I'm laughing because it's a proper hot girl summer, and she's 13 and her name is Beatrice. So already I want to know what she's about, what she looks like, what's her vibe, because if it's awkward, sometimes though, awkward is the jam. Awkward is more relatable. So I
feel like if you're 13, your name is Beatrice, your odds are stacked against you for that hot girl summer, but I'm rooting for her.
And her proper one, like
Yes.
it's the proper hot girl summer for me, because clearly some of us have been doing hot girl summer wrong.
Listen, I've been having COVID girl summers, so I'm with you, Beatrice. Let's do this.
Like, Beatrice, show us the way. Lead the way, ma'am. So next up on the list is St. Mary's Catholic School presents The Vagina Monologues by Hannah Hafey and Caitlin Smith. Frustrated by the conservative curriculum at her high school, a rebellious teen girl decides to stage the school's first ever production of The Vagina Monologues, which is going to be a challenge as no one else at St. Mary's can even bear to say the word vagina out loud. It's based on Flynn Meany's Bad Habits.
I feel like this is going to be a vibe. I'm already picturing the little Catholic girls' school uniforms and the uncomfortable glances, looking at the script. I think this is, a lot of people are going to relate to this.
Yes, and like hearing the word vagina in that school is going to feel like a bomb dropping the first few times. We were just talking about awkwardness, like this. I can imagine how many layers of like the awkward and like the shaming and like all of the things that come with religion. Hello, so there's going to be some of that. First of all, I just love that the title is so long. It makes me smile to just read that title. And the vagina monologues in itself is just a fun thing to say. Yeah, this will be interesting, and I just want to see the characters.
Yeah, I'm already casting this one in my mind. That's when you know you have a good log line.
Yes. So yes, those are all of the movies about youth.
Yes, we will be back after a message from a very special guest.
More special than you? It's going to be you in a wig.
Hello everyone, I'm Florian Zeller. Before being a director, I can say I am a writer. For years now, I've been writing plays for the stage and screenplays, and in a way this is through writing that I came to cinema. So I know how central it is in the process of making a film. And to me, what is beautiful about writing is the fact that this is an act, a lonely act of hope. I mean, you write your story and you have that dream that somehow it will be read by a producer or an actor or a great director that would help it to come to life. And that's why I would say that before anything else, writers are dreamers. And I can imagine that being part of the blacklist is such a meaningful and exciting step in the realization of that dream. And that's why I want to congratulate all the writers that made it onto that list. And I can't wait to discover your work. And I wish the best of luck for all these stories to become great films. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Florian Zeller. That was kind of nice and cool to hear that message. This can be anybody doing these messages next year, so that's really, really exciting.
Yeah, and anybody in this next segment, which is biopics or biopics, if you're fancy, however you like it.
I like a little biopic.
I'm already excited by this first one off the title alone. The first one is Shania by Jessica Welsh. Eileen Edwards rises from an impoverished upbringing in rural Canada to transform into global 90s country pop star Shania Twain, only to face her greatest challenge yet, putting her life and career back together after losing her voice. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I recently listened to a podcast about Shania Twain, and she and her best friend switched husbands. So I know that has to be in the movie. My ticket has already been purchased. My popcorn is popped.
Listen, and I live for a Shania Twain moment, honey. When that video, she came back out in the days, like she's just like, she was so epic and huge, and like where she was crossing over where people that don't traditionally listen to country music were like, yo, pump that Shania Twain, you know? So I'm excited to kind of see and hear her story. And like now hearing like her and her friends switch husbands, there's lots of things to dive into. So I feel like the long line's leaving a couple things out. So I'm to dive in. Like,
yeah, that's our no. Put that stuff in the log line. That's what gets people to see the movie.
So the next biopic is The Villain by Andrew Ferguson, the completely outrageous and completely true story of Farmo Bro Martin Shkreli, from his meteoric rise as Wonder Kid hedge fund manager and pharmaceutical executive to his devastating fall involving crime, corruption, and the Wu-Tang Clan, which exposed the rotten core of the American healthcare system. First of all, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. I had to get that out. And if I'm not mistaken, is this the one that purchased that one singular Wu-Tang
Yes.
album? And it created all of this like uproar because like he's called the villain, but many people probably called him the asshole, the jackass, the fuckface, the whatever. You know, people were angry.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, because he's known for having that like kind of pointy rat face. I was like, what actor are we going to get to be like, unfortunately, sir, this is you. You will be playing this part.
Dive in.
And next we have Michael Bay, The Explosive Biopic by Sean Tidwell. Packed with enough C4 to split an asteroid into, this tell-all Michael Bay origin story reveals the explosions that defined him, the fire that ignited his little heart, and the fate that sealed his Hollywood destiny. Now, I'm gonna have to read this one. I don't know if Michael Bay is gonna let you make this one, baby, but I need to read the script. I want to know all the secrets.
Yeah, I mean, I love this log line. It's filled with all of the like, you know, colorful visual lines in there about like asteroids, and it's packed with, you know, C4 and like all those things that kind of like really relate to Michael Bay and like the things that he's known for and doing. And I just love the little moment where it says ignited his little heart.
Little heart. I want to know about it.
Yeah, he has a little heart. He's tender. He has feelings. And he has dreams, and he's lived his dreams more than the average person can and ever will. Sad reality, guys. This is what we're facing in life. But Michael Bay should be this sounds like a very amazing script and thing to dive into. Like I would be excited.
Yeah. And I like that they made it sound exciting, because sometimes someone who does something exciting for a living, you don't want the movie to be boring. So I like that they said, no, we're bringing the heat on this one.
Yeah, that's why I love the log line so much. So this next one, I mean, Dennis Rodman's 48 Hours in Vegas by Jordan Van Dina, loosely based on the incredibly wild true story. Before Game 7 of the NBA Finals, Dennis Rodman tells Phil Jackson he needs 48 hours in Vegas. What follows is a surreal adventure with his skittish assistant GM that involves a bull rodeo, parachuting out of a Ferrari, and building a friendship that neither one of them ever thought was possible, but will end up solving both of their problems. First of all, Dennis Rodman, 48 Hours Anywhere, I feel like
I'm here.
Is a great story. But you know, in Vegas, people are parachuting out of a Ferrari. Who even thinks of that? Like,
well, and this is a very smart log line, because when you say Dennis Rodman in Vegas, you're already picturing something. I'm already there. But when you add the skittish assistant GM and an unlikely friendship, baby, we got an odd couple. That's a classic movie right there.
Listen, on top of the loosely based, which means we got creative license to even go crazier than Dennis Rodman already is. You know what I'm saying? So, hello, sign me up for Dennis Rodman's 48 Hours in Vegas.
Jordan Van Dina, you know how to sell a movie. Good job.
All right, so let's dive into another break.
Yeah, another special guest. Who could it be?
Hello, everyone. My name is Fennell, and I am a writer. And like many people during this time, many writers in particular, I am currently hiding in a small room in the hopes that I can escape my children for 5 minutes to do some writing. I do want to say that the exercise bike is not mine. I have never sat on that thing in my life. Being on the blacklist was one of the most thrilling experiences of my life. My screenplay, Promising Young Woman, was on there a few years ago, and I think it was the first moment where I really felt that I was truly a screenwriter. And to see my name up there with all of these incredible people was life-changing, actually. And so I just want to congratulate everyone who's on this year's list, because it really is one of the most exciting things in the world. And it means that you're all brilliant, and you've all found a way to write at a time when it's been very, very, very difficult. So I particularly applaud those of you who are doing what I'm doing, which is whispering and praying that naughty little clammy hands aren't going to come in and spill something all over your laptop. They asked if I had any advice And I don't think that I do, because if you're on this list, you certainly don't need my advice. But the only thing I would say is keep doing it, and you're brilliant. And I'm going to go before I get found out. Congratulations. Bye.
And we're back. We made it to the next category, which is comedy.
Now we're in our niche.
This is an Ashley Nicole Black lane. Like this is
this is our lane.
Yeah, right. Like this. Let me tell you something. Ashley Nicole Black gangsta lanes in the comedy. That's how she drives in the comedy lane. So I'm pretty excited to hear your opinions and like your insight on some of these taglines. So do you want to take the first one?
Yes, the first one, I'm already in on the title, Divorce Party by Rebecca Webb. Patricia Ford feels pretty good about trading her South Boston roots for the perfect life on New York's Upper East Side until everything falls to shit and her raucous girlfriends throw her a divorce party at the home she's about to lose. Woo! As the night goes from wild to totally insane, Patricia takes back control of her life. It's got all the elements I love. First of all, raucous girlfriends, I'm here for it. Celebrating a divorce, yes, this sounds like a very good movie.
It's that whole thing when you're like trading your roots for some other type of vibe. So like she says trading her South Boston roots for that perfect life on New York's Upper East Side. You know what I mean? Like that whole like trading places kind of vibe and that energy of like the aqueduct fitting into like a new space and like the challenges of all of that. And then
I need a scene of her South Boston accent coming out when she gets out. If it's not in the script, put in the script, Rebecca.
When shit hits the fan, that Boston's coming out.
Yes.
And somebody
how's your mother? That's what I want to hear.
Yes. Okay, so our next comedy entry is Homecoming by Murder Inc. with a K by Hudson Obiwana, Brandon Broussard, and Jana Savage. It's 10 years after graduation. One of New York's most eligible bachelors and his eccentric, wonderless wingman tried to pull their recently divorced friend out of his rut by taking him back to Howard University's legendary homecoming for the best weekend of their lives. As an Howard alum. And I actually know two of these writers, which is hilarious, but this is all the makings of anyone who ever went to college and like where we thought we were going in life, where we end up, and the challenge of sometimes going back to homecoming, even like when you're going back to like a high school, reunion or something like that, there's always that pressure of feeling like you had to live up to what those expectations were.
Yeah, I don't just want to watch this movie. I want to be in this movie. Let me be the ex-wife. She got to be at homecoming too. It is Howard, so I know the fashions are going to be on point. I'm here for all of this.
Yes, the setting, the energy, the synergy of Black excellence when it comes to, an HBCU vibe, like all of that I'm here for. So sign me up. Congratulations to Murder Inc. And we like this title, yes? The name of their writing group.
Yes, I didn't know that writers teams could have rappers' names. I've been missing out all this time. Just out here being called Ashley like a chump.
You better be MC Ash or something.
Our next movie is Max and Tony's Epic One Night Stand by Thomas Kivney. A disastrous grinder hookup goes from bad to worse when a meteor unleashes a horde of aliens on New York, and the two ill-matched men must depend on each other to make it through the night alive. The long line was a roller coaster by itself.
This is hysterical. First
It's
of all,
so funny.
Grinder mixed with aliens, and like you have to survive with this person you just met. Like I'm trying to smash, but now I've got to like also survive life with you, dealing with aliens of all things, not just humans, but aliens. Meteoroids, there's a lot going on. And
that's what I love about it, is you take something so relatable, that bad one night stand, and the next morning when you're drinking your coffee, like, when is this person going to get out of my house? We've all been there, and you put it with aliens. It's like the perfect match of like, take something so relatable, and then what would you do if that was actually happening in this crazy circumstance?
Yes. So fun. Max and Tony's Epic One Night Stand. I even like the title. It's so funny.
Mhm.
So up next, It Was You by William Yu. With the future of Manhattan's Chinatown at stake, a stubborn store clerk battles against an innovative CEO's expansion plan. While both are unaware, they've been falling in love with each other on a new anonymous dating app.
I'm here for this. It's giving You Got Mail meets Crazy Rich Asians, and I love both those movies, so I'm here for this, William. This sounds great.
Yes, and it sounds like you said, like you think Crazy Rich Asians, you think CEOs and expansion, and you think, you know, like Chinatown. I'm envisioning like the sets and like the beautiful like cultural references that we're going to get to see, but also like CEO expansion plans. I'm thinking like sexy money and like it's just gonna be like this vibe. And then we got this anonymous dating app. But why y'all so anonymous? What's the secret? Like, what is the vibe behind the whole reason why the dating app is anonymous? And like the fact that they're falling each other in love with each other and are not aware that they actually probably want to rip each other's head off. So
it's a rom-com, but we're talking about gentrification. It's a woke com. I'm here for it.
Yes, woke com. Yes. So we're going to go take another break, and we'll see you guys in a second.
Hi, my name is Zach Baylin. I'm the screenwriter of King Richard and the co-writer of the upcoming Creed 3. I just wanted to say a huge congratulations to all the writers on this year's Blacklist. It's an amazing accomplishment. In 2018, when King Richard was on the Blacklist, I had never had a film produced before. And I know, as well as all of you, how lonely and frustrating and soul-crushing writing can often seem, and that even when you've finished something that you feel is extraordinary, it can often seem like you're just shooting a flare into the night, hoping that it reaches someone. And the Blacklist is one of the few times where we as writers know that not only has it reached somebody, but it's really hit them in the face and the heart. And I hope you all feel very proud to be on this year's list and know that you've done that. And I can't wait to see what you've all written. Congratulations.
All right, we're in our last category. These are movies about music. And I know there's some fingers crossed out there, so let's get to the first one.
All right, so the first one, Symphony of Survival by Daniel Perzitz. Symphony of Survival is the incredible true story of Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich writing an epic symphony during the deadly World War II siege of Leningrad. A work of art so powerful it would save him and his family, all while helping to unite his people with the Allies.
Well, this sounds interesting. I don't know this story at all, so I'm very interested to hear about this man's life. This sounds very interesting.
Very interesting. And what I love about what really like popped out to me is that it says that his work of art was so powerful that it would save him and his family. So it's like interesting to know how, in what way music, which we all connect to so well in a way that it's helped us all through parts of our lives. Like, you know, music can lift your spirits and help you get through like a workout, or it can help you get through that breakup, or it can help you fall in love. Like it helps music always. It's going to be underscored in all of these scripts, right? Like we use music to help tell stories. So the fact that Symphony of Survival is about a composer who used music to save his family and his life in a time of war and in a time of such darkness. And his beautiful music was able to just like make a life-changing adjustment in that time. And I think, I don't know, it's just very powerful. And the fact that he gets to unite with his people, I don't know, it just sounds like a tearjerker almost for me.
Yeah, it sounds like a very universal story, because I feel like if you ask so many rappers today, they'd be like, oh, I'm doing this to get my family, you know, out, to get a better situation for my family. And so the idea that back in World War II, musicians were doing the exact same thing, I think it's going to be a very universal story.
Yeah.
Our next script is The College Dropout by Michael Baylin and Thomas Aguilar, a young Kanye West's intimate journey to create his seminal first album that reinvented hip hop music. Now, I don't know if this is the time in Kanye's life I would have chosen to write about it. I feel like what he's doing now is a little crazier, but College Dropout is iconic album.
Iconic. And I think that is what's so interesting about it, because first of all, it's an intimate journey. And because, like you said, it's such an iconic album, that's where people like in the first time that they were experiencing what Kanye West was about, and like really diving, your mind was blown and you were like on the ride, and like all of the album was just amazing. And I think what's interesting is because we're all actually living in the current Kanye West chaos and like all of that, we get to see like where that all began and like kind of fall in love again with that first album and that first feeling and that first experience of Kanye West and what he was about. And to really kind of compare notes to then and now, you know what I mean?
Well, that's like dramatic tension.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, they say, what is it? Hindsight is 2020. And like, maybe we'll see some clues and some like things, some trigger moments where we're like, oh, it makes sense now. Like something was so clear then that everyone missed the mark. Like nobody was there. So who knows? I'm really interested actually to figure out what it's all about. I think it's kind of dope. And because it's categories about movies about music, like that album, I can play that today and beginning to end and not skip a beat. So
yeah.
Pretty dope. Next script is The Masked Singer by Nicholas Sherman and Mike Jones. Mickey Rourke loses his mind after he's forced to take a gig on TV's highest rated show, The Masked Singer.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be funny because I have always been intrigued by the behind the scenes of The Masked Singer, because, you know, they have to go around in masks all the time. No one's allowed to see them. You can't tell your friends or your family that you're on that show. So you just leaving the house, not telling people where you're going. That's a lot of drama and comedy in how they make that show already.
Yeah, because I always imagine like, what is that isolation that it feels like you said, not only are you living like this top secret life for like a couple of weeks or months or whatever, you're also literally isolated in this huge costume where you just kind of can't interact with people. You can't, even if you know, you don't even know who else is on the show. Like you might be like one of your homies or whatever. And it's just like, it's a very interesting social experiment in a way.
And you're so isolated while you're learning how to do something that you don't know how to do. Like you can't go home and be like, oh, I had a rough day in the studio recording my song today, because you can't tell anybody.
And then the whole fact that Mickey Rourke loses his mind and he's forced to take a gig. So like, all of that, I want to know why, you know what I mean? Like, why was he forced? What is the backstory in that? And how does he, and watching him lose his mind, you know, I think will be very interesting to see.
Last one is Idol by Trisha Lee, the true story of American Idol viral sensation, William Hung. I feel like this movie, we've been waiting for this movie for a minute.
Hello?
This movie is overdue because we absolutely need to hear this whole story.
I mean, she bangs. Say more. Like we all get up and we dance and we groove, and it was so exciting to watch that whole moment and like him blow up and him become this viral sensation, and like we all loved William Hung in like that whole moment, and like how exciting American Idol was, and like watching people like live their dreams, and even if it was just for 15 minutes of fame, it was just exciting to be a part of their journey and a part of their experience.
And I feel like the thing about going viral in general is like you never hear the rest of the story. You know, you see this one little moment in someone's life and you don't know how they got there, how they prepared for that, how it went after the fact, you know, being a sensation or whatever. So I think this is going to be, you know, very interesting to hear the whole story of this full person.
Absolutely. So those were all of our scripts. We made it through. That's Blacklist 2021. And 17 years. It's exciting. Congratulations to all of the writers. You know what? There is one more. Yes.
And that's why this is such an exciting moment, because somebody is sitting at home right now watching this video and they're like, oh, they read all the scripts. And that person doesn't know.
Tension, Ashley. I was building up tension to release for the number one script. Do you want to
Somebody out there thought they lost and they're about to find out they're number one. It's very exciting.
Drum roll, I'll let you take it.
All right, the number one script is Cauliflower by Daniel Jackson. Under the cruel guidance of a mysterious coach, an ambitious high school wrestler struggles to become a state champion while battling a bizarre infection in his ear that both makes him dominant in his sport and threatens his sanity.
Wow. That's kind of interesting, man.
Yeah, I want to know, threatens his sanity. I'm like, I'm leaning in. I need to know what happens here.
But also it's something about it that makes him dominant in his sport. So I wonder if it's like it's built some type of aggression, you know what I mean? Like, you know, from medical and science side of it, I want to know, but also like wrestling stories are always interesting. And this mysterious coach, what's so mysterious about the coach, huh? Like there's a lot of questions going on. So, but congratulations to Daniel Jackson for Cauliflower. And again, congratulations to all the screenwriters this year. This was a lot of fun. I'm so happy I got to do it with my girl, Ashley Nicole Black.
I'm so excited for all of these writers who are on the blacklist. You're about to have an amazing year, just even being on the list. And, you know, also congratulations on finishing a script, even if it didn't end up in the list. There are so many people in this town who say, I'm a writer, I'm a writer, I'm a writer. And it's like, oh, do you have a script? And they're like, so if you wrote a script, you're ahead of the curve.
Not only finishing it, but starting it. Like it all, you know, you started with that momentum of believing in yourself and your ideas and like taking it pen to paper, you know, and bringing those words to life. So kudos to you all. It's
everything starts with the script. You can't have a movie, you can't have a TV show, you can't have anything without someone having the courage to sit down and say, what's inside my brain? I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. So
yeah, congratulations again to everyone involved, everyone who's been on this year's Blacklist, and of course to Daniel Jackson. And yeah, go Blacklist 2021.
Yes, collect your likes, babies. Today's your day.
And have an amazing year. Congratulations.